like a dream for me today. Today we were having Betty and Nikki come. They are designers, decorators. You've seen them in the video that we did before with HomeGoods, but they're coming to actually tell me what we can do in my house to change things around, maybe paint colors. I really don't know what they're gonna be doing today, but I am so excited. So they're pulling in. So let's go ahead and say hello. Girls, this is gonna be such a
Yes, we're excited.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We're excited to be here. Thanks for ordering up a perfectly sunny day.
Oh, I had
Yes.
All right, so girls,
Give us a tour.
give us your tour. Okay,
Yeah.
so as you can see, this is the entryway, and this is even something if you want to look out, because I really do believe in, like, when you walk into someone's home, like this sort of just gives them first impression. So if it looks really whatever, hey, I'm game for whatever.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
come on in.
Okay.
So this is, of course, you know, where we do all of our entertaining, the family room, kind of dinette area, kitchen. And again, you know, we've had this like this since we've been here for 8 years, and I'm ready for whatever you girls want to do here, whatever you're thinking. So tell me.
Okay, when I look at the room, before I could really even talk to you about paints, accessories, or anything, there are sometimes a room just doesn't lay comfortable with me. And this is one of those times. So my recommendation would be this. If you're willing to let me move the furniture, I will put it back. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'll go ahead and move it, put it back if you don't like it. But there is a different way that I feel we can do the room. So what I'd like to do is let you and Lauren maybe go, or yeah, you and Lauren go have some coffee or something, go in the other room, don't peek. Let me rearrange the room. And I'll, what I do, steal from Peter to pay Paul, I say. So if there's things that I see in the house that I could grab that will make this room work better, then I'll shoot in that direction.
Okay.
And that's usually the time that I start to make a shopping list, and that's how I end up at HomeGoods.
Got it.
But you know, there may be a place down in your basement or in a garage, or some people have a storage room where it's just a lot of stuff you have. We could always shop your house first. I love that. So if you're willing to let me move it around, I'd love to do that.
I mean, absolutely. I would love for you just to have at it, but you know, might be some dust bunnies underneath the furniture.
Next paper towel, and they say, you're a decorator, you don't, but that's my mental thing. So don't worry about it. We'll get it done, and we'll play. We'll see what happens.
I'm ready. All right, Lauren, of course, is playing camera girl today. So we're going to go hide somewhere and let them do their work.
Yes.
So, yay!
All right.
Slipping out the back door. But it's not what you're made for, and there's nothing that is too late for. Out of the cold into my warm hand, in the sun, it's already begun. You waver and slip and you get burned. But I'm here, so don't you worry, 'cause you know I'll be there in a hurry. Out of the cold into my warm hands, in the sun, it's already begun.
Oh my, this is like so freaking cool. How did you do that so fast? Oh, is this on? Oh my God. I love it.
Good.
I mean, I love, it's like so open.
Uh-huh. Now come through at where
Okay.
the front door is there. You see the feel of the room now. You're not blocked. You're not, even though there's a big chair here.
Right.
I didn't open up walking space. Betty and I, when we moved the table and the line of that wall, you opened this up visually. So it's not like, well, you gave me a walking space. No, but there's pieces there.
I just love it. And not even, it's like more comfortable seating area too, focused around the TV.
The TV, yes. Now, a lot of times you've got a recliner here that's electrical. We all have laptops and plugs and all that. What I do in a situation like this is I run the cords, extension cords, underneath the sofa, underneath the love seat, and back into the plug that we were at.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you about accessories at this point.
Okay.
What I like to do is not even touch tabletops yet, not even touch anything major, because if you say, I hate the room like this, I want it back,
I love it.
then it's a waste of time to do all the accessories.
Right.
The next level would be, okay, can I steal from Peter to pay Paul? Do you have a spot we can shop? We'd like to do this, this, or this. And that's where we come up with some ideas.
Okay. I love it. I mean, this is so cool. Who would have thought? Wow. I mean, I'm like blown away.
Karen, I love it like
I do
this.
too. It's like so different.
Now, your husband may decide that he would rather be in this corner over here. Okay?
Okay.
So if
Turn
this
around.
is an accent chair and all we want to do is set that here, which would give us more walking space, a lot of times the nest is nice in the corner, either cuddled, they get to see the whole view of
Right.
the house.
True.
So he may like being in that corner. It would depend on, now we've angled the TV and now you're talking about glare. But that's something we
True.
can always address.
Well, what I can tell you is, be quite honest with you, we want to get rid of that chair.
Okay.
And his nest is really here.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. No,
okay.
but he likes to lay on the couch though, long ways and look out. But what's no different than on the side and looking over.
Well, then
So-
hands down, if that's the case, I would absolutely put this big piece
Then
in
switch
here until you're ready to purchase something new.
Okay, I think that's a great
Let's
idea.
nestle that and give you more of an accent piece.
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that would
sharp.
be great. Look at
Yeah. No, I mean,
Nice
I think
and
it's a
comfy.
very comfortable room
Right.
to be able
I'm
to
gonna
visit. And you do feel like there's a lot more seating in here.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
It opened up the whole area.
totally open up. This room looks so much bigger.
It
And
really,
again,
really
that's-
does.
We talked about that at Lauren's house. Lauren, the angling of your dining room table. A lot of people think you have to run everything perfectly, and it is angles. And you think, no, that's not going to work because you're sticking it out in the middle of the room, or it's not. The flow
Right.
is completely different.
Totally different. I'm trying to look like where do they put everything? It's totally different.
What she has left is a basket with a lot of blankets in it and some extra throws. She has a great little spot back there. We can nestle it there. And then once I move this chair over to this corner, she'll have a spot here where I wouldn't rule out a basket with a lid, almost like a chest.
Okay.
You know, something with a little more storage, so when the room is done, it's all that's hidden.
All that's hidden, which is great.
All right, I'm going to go over here so you guys can see it from a different angle.
Now, for me, it gets pushed away. It's so big, okay?
Right.
But what I don't like is the pillows with this.
No, okay. Right.
So I like this pillow, this lampshade. It pulls through the beiges there.
Right.
But I would be changing these things out because of that chair.
Okay. So just have the beige.
Right.
Okay.
But, you know, you like to shop, so that would be definitely where I do a TJ Maxx shopping trip, you know.
Right.
Where at HomeGoods, I would say to you, all right, I would like to come back with some throws. I would like to come back with something heavier here, not all the gold.
Okay.
You know, we can use some of the gold, but we need some weight right here.
Maybe she should shop at my house and take some weight out of mine.
That's a great
Well,
idea.
there you go. One bracelet too many, girl. But yeah, that's perfect. Perfect.
I totally.
Okay, guys, accessories is the next layer. Client says, yep, I like the furniture, I like the big ticket items where they're at. So now how do we start to tweak this? Now, me and my big mouth said, yeah, we're gonna get rid of this picture. And she said, well, my husband painted it. So there are times that happens where it is a family heirloom, it has to stay. But this is what I would be looking for here. Now she's talking about painting, so we know the walls would be painted, we fill any holes, but something that's longer that fills this section, okay? We did flip the accent chair over to here, so it is a pattern right when you walk in, so we know we'll change pillows. So I would be looking for, whether I shop her home or HomeGoods, something long, something to give you some weight here. Again, you read left to right, so this is the left side of the TV, so you're taking all that in.
Wow, that's so interesting. Left to right. Same thing with decor then?
Yes, you
Left.
the left side is usually the side that has the height.
Don't worry about it.
I was going to say.
We'll fix it.
The left side is the side that has the height, and then you work yourself down. Whether you're looking at a mantle, you're looking at a full wall, you want to build up that left-hand side. Because that's where your eye starts first and then carries over.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Speaking that we're looking at, and you say mantle, I mean, this has been the same decor I've had up there.
Okay, I'm going to
forever.
turn to the
I
mantle.
mean, what would you, any kind of, I mean, we can shop again my stash downstairs if there's something you look
Let's
or
walk a little
suggestion.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, you got a great fireplace just alone. But I would definitely change the color of the mantle. I would paint it, the trim color, white. Yeah, I would paint the trim there so that it pops. The oak from your kitchen cabinets just isn't doing anything for us
No,
there.
I agree.
So I would let it pop. And I would talk about possibly a mirror. I love that concept, but a heavier mirror that has some, the actual frame to it has some more character.
Okay.
Maybe even a distressed, a little rougher, square, going up higher. Really giving you that look. And then I love an arrangement in front of it like you're doing. That's awesome. Looks great.
So carry the mirror up.
Right.
And you know what? Karen, that is a great idea because you
Yeah.
have like that inset there.
Right.
Fill it. Yeah,
So
take
fill-
her up as high as you can. You know,
Right.
get you as high as
Right.
you can.
Again, I think that was a shop my stash kind of a thing
Sure.
that I threw up there at the time.
Sure, sure.
And we just kept it.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I want to address the windows. Karen has done a good job in using ready-made balances to add some style and texture to this area. But these can be a challenge because we have windows that are tightly closed to a corner. And it is an obstacle, and even for a custom decorator, to try to figure out what is the best use of this space. So you can, of course, do something like this. But again, when we bring our window treatments down, we bring the eye down. So what can we do to bring the eye up? So for me, what I would suggest is taking panels. We would have a rod that goes to the corner and a rod that comes to this end. So those exact rods could be used. We would connect the intersection, and I would put a simple panel to the left, a simple panel in the corner, and a simple panel to the right. I would not do high design. I would just do texture and a muted color. So really it's just providing kind of like a base or a framing rather than bringing your eye to the windows. We want our eye to go to the fireplace, which is the true accent. So it can be tricky, but you can do it. And I think for me that would be the best option that I would say to maximize the window treatments on these corner windows. I do want to point out this amazing table that she has. You know, this is a big square table, and if this was in any other element, it would kind of swallow up this space, but because it's glass, you can have an extra large table in the center of your room, but because you have glass and you can see through it, it's really not taking up any space. So this is a really great way to kind of get a lot of function out of your furniture or your accent pieces without taking up a lot of space. Because visually it's not taking up any space, and it's really pretty. Good job.
Yeah, that was a Salvation Army find 10 years ago, which one of my friends found, and she said you have to come get it. So yes.
Yep, you did a really good job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Like this. Great to display on it, but again, it's just like a mantle, it's just like a shelf. It's, you know, sometimes you get too displayed. Everything looks like a store. So I would talk to you about two sister prints on top of each other, and they would go up on the wall. Or even a picture on an easel, which I absolutely love. They have easels all the time at TJ Maxx, HomeGoods. I love that. So you could put an easel and then come down into this area and even use her plate but angle it. Put the candlesticks in front of it with the cream, and then put a pot. You know, do a set up there, but angle that and give her the tapestry or pictures on the wall.
I love that idea. And especially you said with an easel, so a high easel then
A high
obviously.
easel, yes. Like you'd see literally on the floor at HomeGoods today.
Wow. Never
Yeah.
would have thought that, and I love the idea.
And angling again instead of everything straight across. Like you have
Yes.
a plate that's angled in the corner, it makes more unique look.
Right, got it.
And the pieces, the picture, everything that would go there, because the rug and the furniture is tone on tone, you're working off of your accent piece.
Okay.
So once pillows come into play, whether we use the mocha that's in there so that you stay tone on tone like what's in your carpet, and now we have fun with color up there because you like to change things out.
Yes.
That's how you can do that.
Okay. So as far as pillows, because I love the change, I love how you guys taught us about that. And I did have different ones, believe it or not, for
Yes.
the holidays. They were like a flattish. If they went or not, I don't know. Now I'm like,
No,
oh, I don't know if
they
they
were
went.
very cute.
But you know, so what would you suggest? Like something that's more of a plain pattern, or pops of, or with a print? I mean, I don't. What do you think? Because we're playing off of this.
Right.
Yeah, so you know it when you see it.
Okay.
Okay, so again, that is a very busy, modern, contemporary pattern. So there's not going to be too many things that are going to go with that very well.
Okay.
But like Nicole said, that deep mocha color, the browns, the sand colors.
Okay.
Okay, you can find the perfect pillow that is pulling those colors in, and then let the red accents be in other places.
Another
Yes.
place.
You don't have to pull the red because
Got
it's
it.
in there.
Got
Okay,
it.
but
Okay.
usually when you're looking and you kind of know.
You know.
Yeah,
Okay.
like in when we were at Lauren's bed, did you see all the texture that
Right.
they had the ones that
Yes.
had like the fringe on them, so leather fringe. You might find something that's fun and funky like that that pulls in your color.
Perfect.
Stripes, tapestries, anything like that, movement in a pillow. But again, because the area rug is already purchased, I totally agree with Betty's design on this.
I love that idea.
If those are just a soft linen that pull your window treatment coming from your sofa, and that, again, you're just a nice blank palette that builds on top of each other, then the pillows can have some color, you know, in the mochas.
Right.
And like she said, the burgundy is what you play. So keeping the plate and using what you have, but just getting some other pictures.
And speaking of curtains, what would you suggest then color-wise? Would that depend on what we decide as far as if we keep that color? I do like a chocolate wall, but again, that's something I want you all to tell me what you're thinking. As far
That's
as
the
that.
mocha. When I say the word mocha, that's what I mean.
Okay,
That color.
that color.
I love that. I think it looks great
Okay.
with your brick or your stone.
And then what would you do within curtain-wise? Would that be just like a,
Without question, I would stay in the sofa
Mhm.
tone.
Okay.
So linen.
So it could
Got
be
it.
anything from a very off-white to a soft linen to a
Okay.
sand, gradually going towards your accent
Mhm.
color. But
okay,
and it doesn't have to be boring. When we say linen, it could be an embossed linen, it could be an embroidered linen, it could be a textured linen, it could be a striped linen. There's a lot of interesting colors or interesting fabrics that are neutral colors.
Okay.
So, and you know what? HomeGoods has amazing
Mhm.
ready-mades. They're made very well. I use HomeGoods, I use Bed Bath & Beyond, and JCPenney's.
all right, so tell me again what I'm looking for, what I should be buying, or how I should do this with the rods.
Okay, so you're actually going to take these existing rods and you're going to hang them higher, okay? You'll take these finials off and you'll extend the rod so that the raw ends touch. Because you're going to put a panel here, you'll put a panel here and here, but you want the panels to fold into each other so it looks like one continuous panel, and then you'll put a panel here.
Okay.
Okay, and I would also extend these, you know, off the wall so that the panel is taking up more wall space than it is
Right.
window space, okay?
Perfect.
Then you're going to want to hang them as high as you can, and you'll have to measure this because I think it's in between an 84 and a 96, so you may have to have the panels hemmed.
Okay.
In this particular style, I wouldn't want them puddled necessarily.
not
You
with
could
the-
do that.
Not
but-
with my dog. You guys all know Archie.
yeah,
So, mm-mm.
so you could just have it. It's a simple hem. It wouldn't be a lot of money.
Okay.
But again, hemming and the sewing lines on ready-made fabrics, that makes a big difference. It makes them look custom. So the little bit of investment that you'd make to have them properly hemmed is going to really provide a nice finish.
Oh, great. That's perfect.
Karen, sometimes in one glance, when I see too many mirrors, I like to work them differently. So offsetting this mirror completely is a great way to do that. So instead of running it perfectly over this console table, what I would do is run it off like that so that you're at an angle.
Okay.
And this is the craziness that I'll do at a client's house.
As my flowers.
As their tulips are
Tulips are
falling.
everywhere. We'll get these out of the way. You can tell they're getting old.
I like to see it happen, and I'll move it happen quick. I'd rather see this look here. Great pieces, didn't purchase anything, just took some things out, and I know seasonal flowers and all of that are
Right.
perfect, but this way you change it up altogether. So that in this section, I have a light, I have a mirror, I have the it's stopped. It's right here. It's not running this way, perfectly over the top of it,
Yeah.
very predictable, and it's not finished. It just looks there.
Love it off to the side like that.
So
I
running it off to the
absolutely
side.
Love that.
I always thought you had to center the mirror.
Nope. Nope.
Another thing.
Another
that-
decor
Yep.
tip for sure.
I absolutely love decorating with mirrors. We talked about that at
Yes.
Lauren's house, and you've done an amazing job with that, to where you have a multiple shapes, multiple colors. But in one glance, I'm catching 4 mirrors. So I would say to myself, which ones can work best? And I would say I'd want to knock the brass out, okay? We can put that in a hallway. It works with even going down the steps, to where it works with the brass you have in your family room.
Okay.
But that one that's over there that is the sand color that matches that chair perfectly, it's not doing anything for us. And
Right.
that spot is going to be very important once Betty does her window treatment.
Yes.
To pull some color over there, to support our accent chair that you see. So that piece coming in our kitchen would be outstanding.
Okay. I love that.
Or you can change the color.
This
Right.
is where we would be putting the mirror. Now, I did hear her say Baker's Rack is going. A lot of these were inherited at our age from wedding gifts, grandmothers, grandparents. They are usable, they are collect-all, they are dusters, they are all of that. But if they're painted, if they're done correctly, they can work. For me, it is one of the first things I say, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Okay, Karen mentioned that she had the desk facing this way and didn't want to look at her kitchen. She had the desk angled looking outside, which is great. My opinion right off the bat, as soon as I walk in, is I want to tuck you back this way so that that opening stays open, okay? I don't need anything to infringe on going into my kitchen. So now we're back to that same story of this line helps you continue to walk this way, okay? So that helps the flow of the room go.
that makes
So it
sense.
opens it up. So
Right.
now you can have as much as you want tucked back here.
Okay.
Now, the other thing that I would tell you is this is a great chair to purchase, okay, as a back chair for a desk. But I would put the actual pattern heavy piece with arms
Why did I not think of that?
back here. And I love the fact that they're angled so that if you go to sit down, you have the actual fabric. But again, my eye's not stopping over there at that pattern and not flowing into the kitchen, because that's my goal.
Wow. Who would have thought? I never thought. to
And
put
the chair is more
there.
comfortable.
Absolutely.
Doing DIY before DIY was even popular, because I always loved really nice things, but early in my marriage I could not afford it. So I would be like, how am I going to get it? How am I going to get it? How am I going to get it? This right here, if you look at this and you look at the design of the room and you look at the rug, it does not go. Okay, it's a lovely chair, but it does not go. You take some chalk paint to this, the whole chair. I chalk paint fabric on multiple projects. It is amazing. So she could chalk paint this whole thing, a beautiful off-white. You can chalk paint this black, you can chalk paint this silver, you can chalk paint this gold. Chalk paint is like a kindergartner's paint. You cannot go wrong. You cannot make a mistake, and you cannot go wrong. And it will make this feel like a piece of leather, so high-end. Karen,
Wait a minute.
it will be gorgeous.
The thought of painting fabric is so new to me. I'm blown
Wait.
away.
Why
Me
don't
too.
we do a tutorial on it?
I
We will
Yes.
take
would
this chair and we will
love
transform
it.
it.
Yes,
We're gonna do it.
100%.
Yeah, do it.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Do you have to put a coating over the chalk paint? Like, like you
After?
paint it and then would you put something over top of that?
No, I mean, they do require a wax, but I don't use the wax because I don't like the way that it inhibits your ability to clean it in the future. No, especially on, I do polyurethane over chalk paint, which is a no-no to the Ann Sloan cult.
Although I do have to say, the girl in Canfield, Ann Sloan, finally came out with a polyurethane.
Oh,
I
they
was
did?
in there not long ago and she
Okay.
showed it to me.
Yeah,
It goes
because
over chalk paint.
Yeah, the wax kind of creates a buildup and it's
Yes.
difficult to clean. It collects dust and I don't really like it. But yeah, we'll do the
Wow.
whole thing. And
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm totally in.
Yeah, we're talking paint colors, and Karen said, you know, the house needs to be painted. It's been over a few years now, and 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's definitely due. There is white trim in the home, and there is Killiman beige on the walls right now from Sherwin-Williams, which is a gorgeous color. Works across the board with everybody. We talked about it having almost a little bit of a peachy tone, a skin color, a blush tone to it, and you're 100% right in that. When we look at it, Lauren, I don't know if you could get this or not. Killiman beige is right in the middle, and when I talk about seeing the swatch before and after, these are the tones. I don't want to take her too gold where she has too much of the yellows, because any color like her cabinets that have the oak will appear orange. And I don't want to drop her down to natural linen because she's going to feel like she's a white canvas and it's going to work too hard to try to fill her walls and get the warmth. So actually, Killiman beige is the perfect color for her. She has a lot of different woods, a lot of different metals going on in the house, and that's going to be a huge plus. I definitely would keep the mocha dark color that she has on her fireplace and even in her office to give her that warmth and the staple that will ground the house because it's working with the luxury vinyl floor.
And the thing is, I was telling the girls is when we built the house, you know, when they build a house, they put flat paint on. So we don't like it. We like the color, so
Right.
now just
Eggshell finish is
Okay.
what I use on everything. Actually, on all my forms, you'll see eggshell finish on walls and ceilings. If I go into my trim, I use a semi-gloss on that.
Okay.
Eggshell, I say Mr. Clean Eraser is your best friend.
Yeah.
It takes all the scuff marks off, but does not remove the paint. But it does not have a shine to it to where it shows the flaws in the wall.
Right.
And a lot of times I'll do walls and ceiling the same exact color, and you don't have to buy a flat paint for the ceiling. It's the same color, so there's
Okay.
no cutting in, same finish,
How nice
same
is
color, and you run the whole thing. And eggshell finish is that nice medium, right in the middle.
Now, talking about trim, if you could kind of angle over here and show them your foyer and then going into the hallway. We have white trim. All of her trim is white. Her baseboards are white, but they accented the staircase in this golden honey oak, okay? Which is beautiful, but she changed her floor to a dark wood. So this is really kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. And quite honestly, if she paints this the off-white or the white trim color, it will completely open up this space and actually, I believe, make this more of an accent piece. It would be stunning having the white contrast with the glass and then contrast with the wrought iron railing up there. So I think that would be one of the things I would absolutely say as a designer would be a priority improvement in this space right here.
So you're basically saying like the white trim here.
Yep.
So
Just like you have that piece right there. You see it sticking
Yes,
out?
all the way.
That whole thing then would be white.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting my husband right on it.
Mhm. And then keep in
I
mind,
love it.
keep in mind the mantle goes
Yes.
white. So now everything from this view here will be white trim. That's a great idea,
I am
Betty.
totally into
Great
that.
idea.
Totally into that. I love it. I mean, you're right. When you said it sticks out like a sore thumb, I'm looking at it, I'm like, it does. It really does. Compared to the floor, I've never thought of it.
Now, keeping in mind that Karen purchased this home and it was a spec home, brand new home, a lot of times they will use your high reflective white, which is a lot of times the white that they use in the garages, basements, just a pure white. I always like the white trim in a home to be snowbound. That goes beautifully with anything from taupes to grays to, it's still white. You're not gonna look at it and say that's not white. It is white. but it's not such a high, bright white. But Karen has great trim throughout the house. Not every piece of trim needs painted, so we're gonna follow with what they've already led. So when painting the steps, she would use the high reflective white to blend with the rest of the house.
All right, girls, I can say this is fabulous. I can't thank you enough. I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
We
so,
did.
That's why you're here. So, I mean, my wheels are spinning right now. So, I'm glad we had this video that Lauren and I can look back on our videos to remember everything you shared with us and just start incorporating all this. So, I thank you so much. I can't wait for my husband to get home and see this, but I also want to have a honey-do list when he gets home. A lot of things we're going to do. So, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
And we're going to leave all their information, you guys, in the description section of both of our videos because these ladies are such true gems and we're very blessed.
Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
So
It's been a
thank you
joy.
guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye.